Hello, I'm Chris. I'm back to recording these videos, which I know I'm not super good at it, but okay, this video is about talking about the latest deployments. And the last video was around this date in September. So yeah, almost 1 month ago. Time flies. So yeah, I've been really busy developing new features, receiving feedback from users, and very happy to deliver what people seem to need, and as well as ideas I have in my mind about my own trading, what I need in a daily basis, also statistics, reports, etc. So I hope you like it, and always feel free to contact me, and I'm more than happy to listen how you use the platform or what is missing, etc. So a couple of things. Voice transcription, I think, is a big one. So when you're journaling, you can, in the notes section, you have the option to add a voice note. So for example, this is my entry for today, 28th of October, and this is the notes section. So here you can click on it and you can record up to 2 minutes. Will be transcribed for you and put into the notes. So the idea is to, how I use it at least, and I know a couple of users as well, is they have the trading journal side by side with the charting system, the charting platform, or even the execution platform when you have different ones, right? Like I do execution in Project X, and I chart on TradingView, and of course I have the trading journal on the left side. And so yeah, a lot of times I use the transcription. So when mainly I'm waiting for some setups and I'm just typing here or talking to the platform, and then I don't need to spend the time typing in case I'm missing something in the meantime. So it's pretty useful. And at the same time, when that is processed, it's going to log your mood. So that is happening under the hood. Or you can also have instant mood log that's manual if you don't want to type everything there. That was in beta for a couple of users, so I received good feedback, and then I decided to release it to everybody. So pre-market insights is also a big one. So basically when you fill up your routine, contacts, etc., you have the option to analyze. You need at least five sessions, so the data is a bit more accurate, right? The more sessions you have, up to 20. I have it limit to up to 20 because it's a bit of heavy job to process and get the statistics about your performance. So the idea is to try and grab whatever you typed before in terms of how many hours you slept, stress level, etc., and trying to find a pattern how the day went, which is very, very useful. Also detecting if you're in a winning streak or the other one, and losing one. So small advices, and yeah, I think it's a big ad. It's a small widget there, but it's pretty important. So design it to be just before you start typing your notes during the pre-market session, or even during the trading session. Also, you can now delete multiple trades at the same time. Also added the similar trades, so detecting, for example, I can show you here on the trades page. If we go down here to the list of trades, and you can see here how many similars are to this particular trade. You open up this, it's a model, and it shows you the top 5. Again, for performance reasons, I don't show you all of them, but the top 5, they're really more similar to the current one. You can compare them side by side and trying to find a pattern on your own. You can see, okay, how was your impulse, how related the impulse of that trade with the current one, etc. So the details of the trade, and not necessarily about P&L. Okay, so it's really more about the factors, more like psychology and process-oriented factors. Okay. What else? Pagination. So the trading list and the journal list are getting longer and longer. So now it's also in terms of performance and UX user experience as well to have pagination. Some improvements, bug fixing. Then also check about the trace streak analysis, and as you can see, I move the summary of the trades up to the top below the filters. So at first glance, you see what is your performance in terms of statistics, best, worst, how many winners, losers, etc. And you also now have how long is your winning streak versus losing one. And I don't consider the break-even trades as a break to the streak, and also I don't consider a 5% average range is ignored as well. So this is a simple example. If your average is 100 and you are in a winning streak, a loss of $5 will be ignored. Okay. That is also part of the journal. In the journal, you also see that. What else? Also trade scale. So basically, if you have trades where was a scale involved, you will see it. I mean, I can show you, for example, the journal of today. For example, one of these, then you see here the scales. So to this trade, because in particular I'm a scale in trader, I normally close everything at once, but I scale in when the position is working. So now you can easily see which trades are linked to it. And you also have the similar trades on each trade. Basically, it's the same model I showed you before. Okay. And I think that could be on the weekly top trades as well. Is so on the list of trades we have the calendar, right? So here on the last column, when you see the total P&L, how many trades, the process score average, now you can also see top 3 trades of that particular period of time. The filter is clear, as it says here, the top 3 trades by process score with a minimum of 2.5. Okay, so even though I have a small loss in this case, it's a pretty decent process score. So then you can of course see them in detail and analyze them and see, okay, what could be the reason for that, and trying to find your own patterns and behavior and and try to promote, of course, positive behavior in terms of process. Okay. So I think that is basically the latest changes. I hope you enjoy this. As you know, I'm a trader myself, so everything I develop is mostly coming from my own needs as a trader and what I really want to see in terms of analytics. So yeah, I encourage you to keep logging your trades, take the time. As you know, we have the imports, right? Couple of platforms. I'm working on expanding this as well, so it's even easier to import massive trades. You can also, this is also kind of new, if you have a long CSV that considers striking many days of trading, you can select this option and then we'll create one journal entry per day. So you don't need to start creating one journal per day, importing them per day, filtering out, so everything will be automatic. Okay. Just as a reminder, I think it's pretty important to always go to the process impact section. You see a very useful information here. Basically the lucky winners or the perfect ones, what is consistent, your performance, some insights, how is your P&L based on whatever you follow, yes, no, partially, the pre-trade emotion, etc. So it's really important to take the time. I mean, trading is not just about trading, right? It's about analyzing, it's about improving every day, and that is coming from doing this hard work. I mean, it's part of the job. So the Edge Finder as well, of course, super powerful information about exactly what you need to know. How's the sleeping affecting my performance? The position timing, the average. What about the quick exits, etc., etc. Trade psychology analysis. When you are typing your notes, we're logging the mood of that comment, and then we link it to the trades, which is a pretty important piece of information. I mean, now that you have the transcription, you can use your voice. You don't need to type everything on your own. You don't waste time. You can just go straight and just put your thoughts in the notes, and that will give you super valuable information. Okay, so yeah, that's it for now. As you can see, I mean, I was also away from the screens for some days, a bit of traveling or personal things, but yeah, I'm happy with the performance. Trying to improve always the process score. That is kind of like the gamification type of things. And for some people, triggers different behavior, right? We're not gambling here. We're trying to find a process that you can repeat under, of course, different circumstances. This is not something you can code, right? It's not an algo trading. I'm a discretionary trader, and I know most of you are as well. And I think that is the most valuable thing you can do: track your process, your emotions, your thoughts, and see how those are linked to the performance. Okay, also don't forget that we have the Monte Carlo analysis as well, and you can simulate thousands of executions. The more information you have, of course, the better. So don't waste more time and start using the platform. Start logging the missed trade as well, which is almost as a back testing if you want to use it in that way. So by the end of the session, you can also do that to check the previous day and maybe log missed trade. Not doesn't mean you were there and you didn't take them. Maybe something that that you didn't take because you didn't feel comfortable, or perhaps you were actually away from keyboard. I don't know. So also that is also quite important. Okay, I will leave you with that, and hopefully I will upload more videos with more examples and also new features, hopefully. Yeah, so have a good one.